Good evening, guys, and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. I thought I would share with you guys, we are supposed to be getting a horrible snowstorm, and it has been snowing for like the last couple hours, and we don't have what looks like a horrible snowstorm that we are apparently supposed to be getting. My dad is like banking on the fact that he's going to be home tomorrow because of the storm. And my mom went out to the dollar store and got like a couple of like treats and things. I think these might be the cookies that she got at the dollar store that are currently sitting on the table. Like a bunch of different girls got cookies, and like she ended up grabbing a couple other just little things. I think she actually needed some stuff, and then she was like, oh, I got some treats for the storm. I was like, have you seen our pantry? My dad actually, guys, he just either on Saturday or maybe on, I think it was on Saturday, that he went through the top part of the cabinet and organized it, guys. That is our snack cabinet up there, which is now somewhat more organized than it was. It's actually looking pretty nice right now. We have enough snack stuff. We don't need any more. Like, my mom just bought that popcorn apparently from the dollar store. And this, which does not look very organized. Do you guys see this? Like, this has not hardly been touched. But my dad went through the top part, and again, this is like just like, we have all of our extra sort of like overflow of peanut butter. I actually think most of our just regular peanut butter and jelly and stuff like that is up there, but then we also have like all of the boxes of stuff that actually shouldn't be up there, but all the boxes, everything that can stack goes up in this cabinet of extra stuff. So then the idea is, which is what we're gonna do probably next weekend. My dad was just getting a little overwhelmed, but what we're gonna do is in like the bins is that whatever then gets opened, right? So if it's like a granola bar or something like that, the box of granola bars, once it's not up there anymore, because you might wind up having just one granola bar left in the box and the box gets shoved to the back or something like that. So what the plan is that once you open the box, you dump out the granola bars and you put them in like the basket in the main part, because then it's easier to get to, and people will have a tendency to eat the stuff out of the main part of the pantry than they do up at the top part, because it's harder to get to. But again, if you were up here and were like, oh yeah, I feel like that keeps almost falling. This is actually something that's open already, right? So the honey buns, you know, those are open. So once you open them, then you would put them down in here and take them out of the box and put them in one of the like little bins or baskets or whatever. So that again, it's easier to get to. You can kind of see what you have and everything like that. So like I said, that's the idea. That's what my dad was kind of working on. That's what I told him my idea was. And then also all of the bag stuff like chips and again that popcorn and stuff like that would stay in this part, but everything that stacks nicely can go up there and sort of be like the overflow part. And then again, once you're like, oh, there's no granola bars in here, or none of the kind that I like to eat or whatever, maybe there's Nutri-Grain bars and not Nature Valley, you know, like peanut butter, you know, bars or whatever. So then you'd go up there, grab that kind, and then open it up and then dump all of the other bars into the box, you know, because they're individually sealed and everything. So anyways, yeah, like I said, that was the plan, but my dad did organize that. We don't need any more, like I said, any more snack stuff. But my mom, like I said, apparently went and she ended up grabbing some fudge mint cookies. And like I said, the popcorn and stuff, because we're reportedly supposed to get between 4 and 9 inches of snow. But I'll show you guys outside. Like I said, it's been snowing since probably 6, 7 o'clock, maybe 5 something even. We don't look like we have that much snow. And like I said, my dad was sort of banking on the fact that like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna be home tomorrow. Like, he stayed up late to watch a show with my mom, and normally my dad is like asleep by like 7:30, 7, sometimes 8 o'clock. And so like I said, the fact that he ended up staying up until like 9 o'clock to watch something with my mom, and I was like, you're really convinced that, like, you know, we're gonna get all this snow? And you guys don't know how many times we have had, this is gonna be the worst blizzard of the winter and all this kind of stuff. And it turns out where it's like, oh, look at that, there was like somebody spit snow out. Like, that was it. Like, oh, it looks like it literally just blew off the roof. Like, there's not enough snow outside to like be like the worst snowstorm of the winter or anything like that. Like I said, I don't know how much more or how worse it's gonna get as the night goes on or anything like that. So normally when the storms are really bad is when the snow is just coming down a ton, and like the plows just can't, you know, like it's just coming down, like there's a ton of it, and it'll be coming down, like I said, really fast. And so like the snow plows just can't get, you know, out enough and stuff like that. And that's normally when, for us, it's like a bad storm. Which, now that I saw somebody driving by, it looks like there's still like a lot, I guess, sort of coming down. But like, we already had like maybe about an inch or so, you know, a lot of it kind of had melted away, but it was enough that it covered our grass. And so like I said, you'll see outside, it doesn't look like there's a lot of snow right now. And it also too, I was looking, because there's a street light right on the corner, and I was looking, I was like, it doesn't even look like it's snowing anymore. But now, like I said, there was just a car with headlights that drove by, and I saw it looks like maybe a little bit worse than I thought. But yeah, like I said, my dad is totally banking on the fact that he's gonna be home from work tomorrow. And Jack's gonna be home from school tomorrow, but that's because there's a pandemic and not a winter storm. But Jack actually doesn't have school tomorrow or on Wednesday, because weirdly enough, right, he had his finals, and his finals were like last week and also today. I don't know who thought of that. Like, wouldn't you normally have the last day of finals be on Friday, and then the start of the next semester start on Monday? Or the start of the next semester even start on, again, like, you know, or give the kids 2 days off, you know, and or teachers to start planning for the next semester or whatever. Like, you know, if the last final was on Friday, then you'd have the whole weekend plus Monday and Tuesday. But no, they had one single final, just one class today. And then they don't have any school for the next 2 days, and then they go back and start the next semester. I don't know. It's kind of funky, but then again, this whole school year has been a little funky. They have not been back at school. The other thing is that I think they are possibly supposed to do like hybrid learning, or have the option to do hybrid learning as well, where they can go in for like 1 day a week. I think through like our school district, which has been, our school district compared, well, our you know, neighborhood, our city, compared to like the rest of the areas, have pretty much seen a consistently higher than average COVID rate. So that's why too, like some other high schools and schools, actually some of the kids were doing hybrid last semester, but ours still hadn't. And so now they are having that option to this coming semester. So yeah, like I said, they have that option, but I think it's only for like maybe 1 day a week. But the only thing was, I think like AP classes, they were like, for some of like labs and stuff like that, they were like in school, like, you know, but it was like maybe like once a month or something like that, for last semester, because I know that they were like sharing stuff about that, and how, like, you know, oh, if you're taking this class, I think maybe it was AP or maybe honors or something like that, then they had to go in and do certain like, yeah, it does look like it's coming down a little worse than I thought. Maybe it just, honestly, I went outside and looked like several hours ago. The Bulls game was on at 9 o'clock, and it just like ended, and the post-game show ended. It's now a little after 11 o'clock, so again, that's several hours later. When I looked outside at 8 o'clock, it looks like there's been no more snow. That's why I'm like, this doesn't look that bad. So anyways, yeah, so Jackie actually doesn't have school tomorrow. Dad, like I said, might not have work tomorrow. He's pretty convinced that he won't. But like I said, you know, they're making this whole thing up to like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like one of the worst storms and everything like that. And again, could very well be. It just, like, it doesn't seem like there's quite as much snow as like what I was thinking there should have been by this point already. So anyways, I'll share with you guys. This is what it looks like outside right now. There is like I said, there's like really not that much snow. Like you guys can still see like our mat outside right there is not even completely covered yet, like with enough snow. And that's how it looked when I looked at 8 o'clock. It looked like there was that much amount of snow as well. And so yeah, like I mean, it's definitely like there's a good amount of snow, but I don't know that there's like enough to be like you know, my dad thinking that again he's not gonna have work tomorrow. So like I said, it looks like it's still maybe coming down kind of hard, but and the streets don't look horribly horrible. I'm sort of wondering if it let up a little bit and now it's coming down harder again, but like you guys can still see like there's our grass on the side of the thing there and it's still not even completely covered. And there's still like little tiny tufts where I can actually even see the grass. So yeah guys, I don't know, it's kind of acting a little funky because I'm doing it through the window on where it's supposed to be focusing right now. But yeah, that's what it looks like outside again, because it's like dark out, and even though this thing does really well in low light, this camera, there's not like, that's like under the car and stuff like that, like still isn't even like, there's maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches. Like it doesn't look like it's gonna get to 9 inches by again in a little bit, and like the street's not even that bad. So yeah guys, I totally do not even know. We will totally have to see. My dad ends up actually being home tomorrow or not, but yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's like, I think I've told you guys this too before, like we're supposed to like get these supposed like really bad storms, and then all of a sudden they're not, and they don't end up being that bad. So come on B, let's go. Whereas like I remember the storm, I don't remember what year it was. I think maybe I was in high school, maybe it was 2011 actually. I think somebody just posted it was 10 years ago. I think that was the year it was, and like we got so much snow that one year, not even that year but from like that one storm, that we had like crazy snow drifts in our backyard. And like I mean, it was like, I don't know if it was like waist high, it was probably at least knee high or higher, I'm having to think. And I know like stuff was closed down for like a couple days because of how bad that storm was. And like the way like people always talk up the storms are like that it's gonna be as bad as that, like it's not gonna be that bad. Like we probably got 2 feet of snow or more or something like that. Again, I'd actually have to go through because I remember I took pictures the day after, like outside in the backyard and like in the front yard and stuff like that, like because it was pretty crazy. But then again, like I said, it seems like they're just trying to talk these storms up and being like, be prepared, and then it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad or whatever. Like I remember in high school too, so this was again before we could even do e-learning, like we didn't have Chromebooks and all that fancy stuff. You know, back when you could actually have a snow day, because now, I mean, now they're obviously all e-learning because of the pandemic, but like, you know, now like Matthew and Jack have had a couple snow days, but it's basically the same thing as they're doing right now, e-learning. The teachers would just send them stuff. So Matthew, the year I graduated, after that, the following year, which was Matthew's freshman year, was when they all like got Chromebooks and everything like that, so they could, again, in the case of a winter storm or a pandemic, they can, you know, do their e-learning and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't have that. We still were able to have snow days, real genuine snow days. And like I said, I remember like there was a couple times where I was like, I'm so hoping that there's going to be a winter storm. Like the teachers would always be talking it up too. They're like, guys, be prepared, you're not going to come in for school tomorrow. Like the teachers wanted the snow day as much as the students did, and you know, they'd all be like, yeah, you know, we're gonna have a snow day tomorrow. And then it'd turn out where it was just like, oh, we got like an inch of snow. Congratulations, you're still going to school. You know, or a couple inches or whatever, but it was like not enough. And again too, if it's dispersed over a period of time, that's when it's okay, because again, the snowplows can get out and get all of, you know, that kind of, you know, everything taken care of and everything like that. But you know, like I said, when it comes to like, you know, oh, we're gonna get this like overnight 9 inches of snow overnight, is when it's hard to, you know, get all of that done in, again, a couple hour period. So that's why sometimes stuff ends up getting closed, or people can't go to work or school or whatever. But if it's like over the course of like, you know, a whole day is when, you know, or if it's only a couple inches, you know, it depends, like I said, on sort of like the hours versus, you know, and the inches that ends up happening. So I mean, I guess that's sort of a lot, but like I said, at the rate it seems like it's coming down, like again, there's people outside driving right now that aren't snowplows, and it's not that bad. Like I said, went outside and checked at 8 o'clock compared to, again, now, you know, it's 3+ hours later, and it doesn't look like we've gotten much more that isn't, like I said, able to be handled. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.